A major hurricane is brewing in portions of the Atlantic, so we're going to be taking a look at that later in this video. But also, like I said, I do have an important channel announcement to make, and this won't affect me. This will affect every single person that uses YouTube. So on the 13th, YouTube will be launching an AI age verification system. Now, the problem isn't entirely that they're going to be checking your age using AI, really, which is artificial intelligence. So it's not even a real person estimating your age, but if it detects you're under 18, it will prompt you to show government identification or credit card information just so you can access things like pin comments and put links in your video description, and potentially they might even restrict your ability to comment and like videos if you don't show government identification or credit card information, which is kind of ridiculous. And when you put it in a real perspective. So I just wanted to let you know if they flag me as under 18, because this isn't a one-day thing. They're going to be doing it until they're forced to stop, pretty much, because people are not happy about this, and I don't know why they are going to continue with this, because people are just going to stop using YouTube. I've seen hundreds of people already saying that they're going to stop using YouTube on the 13th going forward until they repeal this feature, which I totally could see why they would do that. This is kind of because if they collect your data and they don't really like sell it or anything, what if they have like a privacy breach or something? Then all your data is going to be out there, as well as they said that they won't be collecting it for advertising purposes, but what does that mean? Like, are you going to collect it for other purposes other than advertising? Because it's going to be going, like, the problem isn't, like, it's going to be going through your watch history and search history. That's not the problem. The problem is it's going to be asking for government identification or credit card information if it detects you're under the age of 18, just to use a few features. So, basically, my concern is, if it's using that, then aren't kids that watch actual kids content gonna be prompted to show sensitive information, but kids that watch content that they shouldn't are gonna be flagged as over 18 and won't be prompted to show government identification? This is kind of a little concerning. Other people have raised concerns about censorship, things like that. That's definitely a legitimate concern. But anyways, let's get on with today's video. So as you can see, we do have Tropical Storm Erin out here in the Atlantic here. Let's look at the National Hurricane Center. By the way, credit to them for this. These images here. The National Hurricane Center, they do think that by the time around 8 p.m. AST on August 17th, that this will become a major hurricane around Category 3 status. It will become a hurricane, according to the forecast, by around 8 p.m. AST August 14th, so that's in 2 days. Currently, I believe it's around like 45 mile an hour sustained wind and wind gusts around 60. So let's look at Weatherwise. Credit to them for this as well. The satellite you can see where the tropical storm is right now and how it's expected to become a Category 3 there. Let's just look at it on the general cloud satellite. You can see here. You can see the tropical storm here on satellite. Also, the area of potential development up here in the northeast, that's around 10%, so relatively low, as well as the 0% chance of development over here. I'm not exactly sure why they issue 0% chances of development, but I guess just so people are aware that, because there can still be flooding and things like that around those areas. So just keep that in mind if you live around the New Orleans area, that there could be heavy rainfall, as well as in eastern Tennessee here, where we have this special weather statement for flash flooding. The Storm Prediction Center, let's look at the day 1 outlook. This is for today. You can see marginal risk of severe weather, with wind being the main threat, not really tornado threat, but wind being the main threat, and hail being a threat for portions of Wisconsin and Michigan there. And also you could see a slight risk of severe weather closer to the South Dakota and Nebraska border. Hail threat 5%, wind threat 15%, and a tornado threat of 2%. So, let's look at tomorrow's severe weather outlook. So you can see the slight risk of severe weather in the north here, as well as, wait, that's not tomorrow. We already looked at tomorrow's outlook, man. Anyways, that's the day 3 outlook though, slight risk of severe weather in the northern plains. But you can see the day 1 outlook, 8 a.m. today till 8 a.m. tomorrow Eastern time. You can see the thunderstorm area is very large, as well as potential flash flooding. Now, day 2 outlook, this is tomorrow. You can see that slight risk of severe weather out in the plains, as well as all the thunderstorm activity possible for the nation. So, now let's look at the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, August 18th through the 22nd. Let's see. You can see that most of the nation is expected to be above normal temperature-wise. And then precipitation-wise, a good portion of the nation is expected to be above average, especially if you live in the plains and potentially even portions of the northwest and the southeast. But below average precipitation is expected to persist through portions of the west and the Great Lakes. Now, let's take a look at the 8 to 14 day outlook here. You can see August 20th through the 26th. All the western portions of the states are expected to be above average, and then the deep south, like areas like Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, those areas. And then the northeast going towards the mid-Atlantic here in the Ohio Valley, expected to be below average. Below average precipitation is expected for portions of the Great Lakes once again, but the southeast and the portions of the plains still remain above normal, while portions of the northwest are starting to dry out during this time. The day 3 to 7 U.S. hazards outlook, we do have a threat for severe weather. That's the day 3 outlook I showed you. Hazardous heat for the 16th through the 18th, and then the 15th through the 17th, and then the 16th through the 18th, or 15th through the 19th here. So, anyways, thank you for watching today's video, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. But one more thing before you go, you should check out EpicPen. There's a free version for a pen eraser and highlighter, a screenshot tool in 16 colors, or you can get the pro version, $2 a month, pen eraser, highlighter, fading ink, highlighted cursor, shapes tools, text tools, whiteboard, blackboard, screenshot tools, 24 colors, easy license management, and great value. So, thank you for watching today's video. Bye.